Gage here, and today we are going to be playing Farming Simulator 25, where you will see my interpretation of farming in the 1980s. As you can see here, we have our Ford F-250. We have recently moved to Ashton Corners, Wisconsin, where we had purchased a really nice farm that has cows already set for us to go. And I believe when we bought it here, the family that we bought it from had already put plants in the ground and had begun harvest. This will be one of the first times I have seen the farm. See, we have to cut across the road here, make sure no one's coming. I think we're good. Everything we bought just came with the farm, as is. There's a few things we did bring, but most of it was here. There's a couple pieces of equipment that was here, and a couple that we brought, and I'll show you guys a tour of that. So obviously I brought my Ford F-250 from home. We recently moved from North Dakota to Wisconsin. So I have this, and I do have my Ford Mustang also, with a white and blue paint job, as you can see. 320 horsepower. I will pop the hood, actually. I believe it's... wait, no, wrong thing there. We'll take it for a drive. You can see it has the upgraded engine here. This is our first shed over here. Nice little machine shed. And we have a International 856 with an IH2350 loader on it, and just your normal dump bucket. That's all we have on this one. And I would like to shout out Emergy Mapping for making the map here. It is really a wonderful map. This is a couple pieces of equipment that was already here when we bought the place. Allis-Chalmers W4. I think that's a 3... is it a 305 or a 3? I think it's a 305. Correct me if I'm wrong. But then we have this Allis-Chalmers cultivator, pretty used. And then they said they just use this for like mixing feed, but it's the Farmall H, which will be really interesting to see what we can use it for on our farm here. And they did recently do hay, but I don't know like how long ago that's been, because this is the only piece of hay equipment that they have, was just this John Deere hay wagon left. We have a corn crib here. I'll pull back in. We have these other two cold storages, where I believe everything in this barn I think we did bring with us. Yes, we did bring this plow and the spreader. The pressure washer was already here though. Now this other cold storage bin has some of my favorite pieces of equipment that we do have on the farm currently. First of all, my favorite is the 5020, which was actually my grandpa's that he let me take as he unfortunately passed, but really such a great piece of machinery here. We have this 220 disc, 220 disc, another John Deere. Grandpa was a John Deere guy on the old farm. We have this New Holland Haybine here. We also have a International 950 Cyclone planter, a Shepherd sprayer, and a 4620 diesel John Deere tractor. And this is just, I don't really know like what brand this is, but it was here when we got here. It's just I think it actually rakes and teds the grass all in one thing. Moving on from all the equipment standpoint here, I don't know if we'll get to a harvest in this episode, but we have our main bin set up. Also these cows. We have multiple cow barns. If you didn't know, this is a really big cow farm. That's the main basis of what this is. There's a small silo set up there, a pig barn. Here's another cow barn. Oh, don't want to drive through the field. Really don't know why I pulled the Mustang out for this, but I believe I can open this one. Yes, I can. But this is where you would keep a lot of your dairy cows if you're doing dairy, which I don't think we will be. I think we'll just be selling them for beef. But this is our main feed lot here. This is actually a really complex system of how we will You can feed the cows here or over the bale trailer. There's all these different barns that mean all different things. I don't quite understand all of it, but I'll eventually have to learn it if I want to do cows. Jump the fence here. That was close. Almost hit my leg. Ooh, a little fast in the farmyard here. This is the back side of our other cow shed. We have these 3 sort of like, I don't know what you want to call them, like silage bunkers. And then this is one of the fields we own. We did bring all of this equipment that you see here. This John Deere 4455, the Brent, and the Gleaner. That is another field over there that actually the family had finished harvesting before we bought the place. This is the biggest pig barn. I don't know exactly how many pigs this holds, but I could assume it's a lot, just based off of the huge size. I think I'm going to full gas this back to the garage, see how fast we can get going here. Oh, 85. Wow, that is quick. And then we have just a simple house here with a park bench outside. I will show you guys on the map what we own. So we own 17 here, which was a cornfield. We own 20, which is currently a bean field. 26, which is currently a bean field. And actually all of these were terraces, but the family before us cultivated it all into one field, which is actually kind of nice. But I will have to buy a hay field for next year, so we'll figure that out as we go. But eventually it'll work out. I don't know why, but there is just a random basketball hoop here without a net. Didn't make any sense to me to leave it there, but, you know, whatever works. This was some fertilizer that we had left over from the farm in North Dakota. And I think, actually, that's a pretty good tour of the farm. I'm actually going to do some harvesting here. This last one we started harvesting this field, it was yielding really, really well. This is the newer Gleaner N5 with a 30-foot header, and these are some really good beans. They were fertilized 100%, and I believe it said the yield was, it was over 100 and something percent yield. I could actually, here, let's hop up, do a sample. Audio glitch, my bad. 139%. The moisture's a little high here. I think it varies as we go throughout the field, actually, which is really something nice about this mod. Yeah, actually, it does change mod. But we are over 100% on the yield, which is nice. I'm actually going to stay exterior here because now I would like to actually get some other people on this series, maybe a couple of my friends, so we can get some other farms going and have maybe some friendly competition over who can have the biggest farm by whatever time we set. We can make it more entertaining that way. But I think as of now, I'm actually going to time lapse this and come back after I'm done. See y'all after harvest.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. 'cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5, happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind, trying to save your time, in case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list.
Okay guys, by the looks of it, we are about halfway done with this field, and I don't think there's anything else that we really need to do in episode 1. The beans are still a bit wet, as you can see, about 18-19%, even 20s in some areas. So I think I'm going to let it dry out till next month, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and tune into the next one. See y'all in the next one.